ukulele friends, and welcome to another video. Today we are working on the song called Gratitude. It's by the artist Brandon Lake, and it's a good one, so I think you're going to like it. This was actually requested back in the fall, so we're going to close out our spring season with a requested song. This song has many different versions, so if you do not know it, you can go ahead and Google it, YouTube it, whatever your music source is, and you will find a plethora of them. There are long versions, short versions, acoustic versions, full band versions, covered versions, there's a lot of them. But this is the ukulele version we will be doing. So we're going to be doing this in worship on June 4th. So that's coming up kind of quick, but this song is relatively simple. It's full of a lot of things that we have done before. So I would encourage you as you're working on it, lyrically, it is an excellent song. So think about the words as you're practicing, and I think you're going to really come to like this song. So let's go ahead and get started by taking a look at our chord sheet. The chord sheet, you came to a rehearsal, you might have a paper copy of this. If you do not, you can find a copy of this on the church's website at dutillchurch.org/ukuleles, and you'll find it probably at the top of the page. This is a simple one that you're reading straight from top to bottom, then you head to page 2 and read top to bottom. Do note there's a couple times where it tells you to play something twice. Bridge 2 asks you to play it 2 times. One of those lines is listed as first time and the other is listed as second time. And then you'll see on the interlude we've got F2 for our regular 12, and then we changed the rhythm. And then we're changing the rhythm as we head into the chorus, but we're going to go over that again a little bit later. Now, the most important thing you need to do is find yourself a capo. Now, if you've been at rehearsal with me, I forewarned you that you would need this. This is called a capo. It is just a little clamp that goes on to your instrument, whether it is a bass, an acoustic guitar, an electric guitar, or a ukulele. And it changes the pitch. So if I strum all my strings here, they sound like that. If I put my capo on the first fret, now it sounds higher. Now if I move it up, it keeps getting higher. So it's a really good way, if you don't know how to play a ton of chords, to be able to play a song in a key that you can sing it in. I needed this song in a higher key that we can't quite play in, so this is why we're introducing our friend, the capo. So you actually might find you need it in a higher key than we're about to practice this in. You can always just slide it up further. I could do it in capo 4 or 5, but it gets a little funky. So for this song, you're going to be putting your capo on the 3rd fret. So 1, 2, 3. You don't want it to touch the metal bars. That is a common misconception that you should put it on top of them. You should not. It makes a weird sound and you don't want that. So go ahead and slide it in between the metal bars. And depending on the shape of your capo, mine happens to sit under. If yours sits above where your clamp comes in, you might want to flip-flop the direction that it goes. If you're finding it's hitting your hand, just switch it. You can flip-flop it to the other side. But that'll depend on the type of capo that you bought. If you have a question, you can always email me or you could find me in person and I will happily answer how you can fix your capo problems. So let's go ahead and we're going to look at the chords that we need for this song. Requires no fingers, so this is the one you can play by just strumming your strings as they are open. So just to remind you of a few things, now it's going to feel a little bit different. Everything is shifted down. These frets are a little smaller than these frets, so especially depending on the size of your ukulele, this now might be a little bit more challenging. So your C is now going to be down here. This counts as the top now, so this is 1, 2, 3, the 3rd fret. So before you would have put your finger right where the capo was, that now counts as this bar at the top. So 1, 2, 3, here's your C. So it's the same chord, same finger, and it now just sounds higher. Next you need your G. So this one might be the harder one because it's a little smushy as it is, and now we're going to go ahead and move it down a few frets. So you've got your 2 fingers on the fret with the dot, and then the point is the triangle is at the bottom. F2 is up here. It's going to be right next to that capo. And remember, if you don't like your F2, you can always throw in your middle finger back here to make regular F. And then this is the A minor I played throughout. I just preferred the sound of it, but please do play your A minor 7 if you like it, and that is open finger. So those are the chords that you need. Now we need to talk about some strumming patterns. So keep your capo on, but let's go ahead and take a look at page 2. Right from the start, we're going to start with a pattern that we've done. If you played How He Loves with us earlier in the spring, this is the same strumming pattern where you're just playing 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and. That strumming pattern should not be new to you. However, on page 2, we can't really freight train this song to the end. So as you see, there's an interlude that happens after the bridges. This tells you to play the first 12 counts with our regular strumming pattern. So we're going to play F2, just playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we're going to play another 12 counts, but we're going to change the rhythm. Stay on the same chord. We're going to play 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we're going to jump into the last chorus. Now, because we're winding the song down, we want to make it sound slower. We're going to do that by simply doing down strums for every beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And to wind it down even further, as we approach the very end, you'll see this rhythm is written. You're going to play on 1 and 4, but you need to silently count in your head the other beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will help us to bring the song to a conclusion without it sounding like and then stop. Like we're not freight training this one in. The lyrics really suggest that we should slow it down. And most of the versions that you'll find of this song, that is what they do. So you'll probably want to practice getting from the interlude with the fast strumming pattern to its change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to the C. Just to get used to the transition, because with each change, we're slowing down how quickly we move our hands. So it's all to make pretty much a giant retard, as we call it in music. We're going to gradually slow down, and we're doing that by changing our strumming pattern sequentially throughout the last chorus. Now that we've reviewed all of the chords and the strumming patterns we need to play Gratitude, it's time to play the entire song. So remember, you're reading from the top of the page to the bottom of the page, and then heading on to page 2. Remember, your strumming pattern changes in the last chorus, so make sure you're watching out for that. And then make sure your capo's on the 3rd fret. 1, 2, 3. Make sure it's not touching the metal bar. All right, let's give the song a try. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
As
So then I have is a hallelujah, hallelujah. And I know it's not much, but I'm nothing else fit for the King, except for a heart singing hallelujah, hallelujah. So that is the entire song. It's got some really great lyrics, so I hope that you enjoy working on this one. So happy practicing, good luck, and I'll see you again real soon.